The Babbler. Mrs. John was a chatterbox. She talked a lot day and night about everything and everybody. And if nobody would listen to her, she talked to the dog, to the rat, and even to the poles. One day, Farmer Henry came to her door. "Hey, Henry!" cried Mrs. John. "Nice seeing you. I was just—"
Mrs. John,
Farmer Henry interrupted quickly.
I was wondering if I could rent your field for my donkey.
"Of course," said Mrs. John, "which reminds me." But the farmer didn't stop to listen. He fetched his little donkey and put him in Mrs. John's field, then hurried back to his farm. One day, when no one was around to talk, Mrs. John picked up a big bunch of juicy carrots and went down to the garden to talk to the donkey. 3 hours later, when the donkey had munched all the carrots, Mrs. John was still talking. The poor donkey now began to nod his head at the sound of Mrs. John's voice. It was going on and on and on. Suddenly he fell over. The farmer took his donkey to the vet. The vet said,
He is suffering from a severe case of overfeeding with conversation.
Is it curable?
asked Farmer Henry anxiously. The vet put earplugs inside the donkey's long ears and said,
Plenty of rest and absolutely no noise.
Poor Mrs. John was so upset to know what happened to the little donkey that she hardly spoke for a week, and after that she only spoke when she had something important to say, and the little donkey's legs grew back again, as good as new.